Welcome to tutorial number 1. In this tutorial, we're going to be doing this trick. This is what I refer to as a front swimmer going into a backward swimmer and alternate in between the two, and also doing a barrel turn and coming back into them. Okay, let's begin. First things first, let's check that we're holding the correct fan in the right hand or the left hand, whichever is correct to that hand. So we want to be pinching the top stave and just letting it drop out. If it does that, then it's in the correct hand. And if it's not, it will get stuck there. So you want to make sure that you're holding the right fan in the right hand. So this trick is what we call a closed fan trick. So we don't actually need to open the fans in this trick. We're going to keep them closed like this. And so our grip is very simple. We're just going to wrap our fingers around the staves there and just hold it nice and tight with the thumb on top or round the sides, whatever's comfortable for you. Okay, so we're going to bring our arms up into what I refer to as the T shape, which will come across quite often. I'm going to turn my right foot out to the side, so now my chest is facing to the right relative to me. Okay, and then we're going to imagine that there is a clock here, and so now my left hand is in 12 o'clock and my right hand is in 6 o'clock. And then we're going to keep swimming forwards in the forward direction, and now my right hand is in 12 o'clock and my left hand is in 6 o'clock. So you want to make sure that your hands are always opposite each other. And we're going to continue. We're going to start slowly, making sure that those hands are very opposite each other at all times. And it kind of feels like we're just doing a swimming forwards motion. What's really going to help here is turning the chest all the way to the left, and as that left one comes over the top and to the front, I'm now turning my chest all the way to the right. So my chest is actually turning 180 degrees from here to here. And that's really important, because if we don't turn the chest, our arms are going to get very achy and they're going to start coming out to the sides here because we can't quite get them to go back, because no one's that flexible. So make sure you're turning the chest left and right. You want to think about the left hand, as it's coming forwards, it should swipe past your left ear. And then as the right one comes towards the front, it should swipe past your left ear. That's how close the fans need to be to the body. Another thing you can visualize is that on either side of you here, there is a wall here and a wall here, and you're pretty much in a very tight corridor. So you want to make sure that your arms are going to fit in that corridor. And so this is what we refer to as a wall plane, because everything is on this one plane, nice and tight to the body, and it doesn't veer away from it. And so if I speed that up, it should look like this. And now you can see the silks flowing. It's a lot harder for tricks to look nice in slow motion. Here we go. Okay, next part of this trick is as we come into this position, the T shape, where the right fan is in front and the left fan is behind. This is the access point to transition into a different direction or a different trick. So here I'm going to face to my front, and my left toe is going to now point to the left. So now I'm slightly turned to the left. When I get into this position, the fans are going to continue rotating in the same direction, but relative to your body, they will be going backwards. So when you get in this position, I'm now going to be swimming backwards, making sure that my left hand is swiping past that left ear, my right hand is swiping past the left ear, but also when my fans are in the 6 o'clock position, they're swiping past my thigh, and the right one is swiping past my thigh whilst the left is swiping past my ear. So we're really tight to the body, we're turning the torso all the way to the right, turning it all the way to the left, making sure that when one fan is in 12, the other is in 6. And you can also refer to this as 3 and 9. So making sure when they pass through these points, they're always opposite each other. And that's what gives it the nice effect. So that's speeding it up. And now again, when the right one is behind, you'll feel that when the right hand is behind, it will naturally turn your chest to the right. So you know that that's where your chest needs to be turning. And then when the left pulls behind, it naturally opens up your chest to turn to the left. So it should come naturally to turn the chest. We just need to exaggerate it a bit. Okay, so the next part of this trick is when the right fan comes behind us and we're in the T shape again, this is the access point, or the gateway I like to call it. And I'm gonna turn my body to the front and then quickly again turn it to the right. So my right foot points out to the right. And now the fan is gonna continue going in the same direction. But like I said before, relative to us, it looks like it's going forwards. So as I continue this, turn in the torso, come into T shape, and now I'm going backwards, but the fans have continued going in the same motion. T shape, swim forwards. T shape, swing backwards. And if you want to take the next step here, instead of doing multiple rotations on each side, we're going to come into T shape, swing backwards, do one rotation, come straight into T shape, do a rotation forward, just one, back into T shape, and then swim backwards, T shape, swim forwards, T shape, swim backwards. So you want to be arching backwards, and then as you swim forward, we're going to bend forward. And as we swim backwards on the left, we're going to bend and flex our back. And this is going to help you with the rotation and also not pulling a muscle in those shoulders. Okay, so one last part to this trick. So another addition we can throw in here is when we're swimming forward, we come into the T shape. From the T shape, I'm going to step my left leg behind my right, making sure that we're still in that tight corridor. The left fan is swiping past the left ear, the right fan is swiping past the right thigh. Now we've turned the other way, and now the right fan is swiping past the right ear, and the left fan is swiping past the left thigh. And we've made a full turn now. Our legs should be crossed, and you can choose to step out to the right or step out to the left. Let's go over that again. So coming into our forward swimmers. Access point is this T shape. That's when we start to step the left leg behind. The left fan comes up to the left ear, the right fan swoops past the right thigh. We're going to pivot on the ball of our foot and the heel of our foot. So I'm pivoting with the heel of my right foot and the ball of my left foot in order to make this turn on the spot. Come into this position, keep passing through. Make sure the right arm goes past the right ear, and then we step it out, and then we can continue back into our front swimmers. So putting all of those together, we can do our front swimmers continuously, we can do our back swimmers continuously, or we can go from front to back to front to back, and then we can throw in a barrel turn at any moment as well. When we do our barrel turn, as the left leg comes behind, you want to try and arch your back as much as you can and tilt the head back. And you want to rotate on one point. You don't want to travel too much. And to do that, I recommend picking a spot as you turn. So left leg goes behind. My spot is the camera that I'm looking at. Yours could be the screen. So I'm looking at the camera for as long as I possibly can until I have to turn. And then I turn around and I look back in that one spot and continue with the trick. So that's gonna keep my trick nice and neat. and on the spot. Cool. Thank you for watching these tutorials. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope to see you again soon.